Come for the game, stay for the commentary.
Ain't nothing but a seat then, baby.
Minion in! Bless Unleashed is out for PS4, so first off, welcome to the new members of the Bless Unleashed community. My name is Minion, and I'm one of several Bandai Namco partnered Bless Unleashed preferred content creators. You may have already stumbled upon some of my content or visited me streaming Bless Unleashed on Twitch. I've been making guides and various other contents for Bless Unleashed since around April of 2020, starting with small guides like how to use emotes or remap your controller and moving on to the heavier stuff. Months later, a lot of that content is still valid, and may be of use to you, so I'll be referencing the highlights in this video. Usually, when I reference one video in another, I point to the corner and say, for more information, click this card. But in this video, I'll be going over so many aspects of Bless Unleashed that I've got more references than YouTube allows cards for. So I'll be covering basics here, and there will be links to more detailed guides on all of these subjects in the description below, where cards aren't available. I recommend watching this video to the very end because everything here is essential features that I wish I had known better when I first started playing. For new players, I always recommend starting with my Bless Unleashed Beginner's Guide, which tells you a little more about character creation. It gives a summary of all of the important basics, like what gear score is and how to get the most out of your attack combos and skills. It also goes into matchmaking, campaign, and Bless Pass. In my tips and tricks for pros and beginners videos, plural, I list things which I wish I had known when I first started, like how skills work or how to avoid being dismounted at soul pyres. Inventory is an important part of the game. No matter how much space you have, it somehow just keeps filling up with more junk. You can have a maximum of 200 bag spaces in Bless Unleashed. To get there, you can buy more inventory space from the Lumina shop and player market, but you can get there more than halfway just by picking up bag pieces scattered around the world. Check out my walkthrough series on where to find all of these bag piece chests. So I know how often this question comes up, so I want to make sure to cover this. Bless Unleashed has no tank class. The Crusader has a shield, but no taunt, because Bless Unleashed is a role-less class system. Any combination of classes can get a dungeon done. Nothing is absolutely necessary. And this is intentional. The devs wanted everyone to have to pull their own weight. Everybody, no matter what class you play, needs to know how to read telegraphs, not stand in stupid, and use dodge. The way aggro for bosses works in this game, and this is straight from the devs, is that bosses randomly pick a target, then at random timed intervals, do a complete aggro reset and randomly pick a new target. No amount of taunt will change that at all. The Sentinel Union skills that affect how much more or less aggro you have do not affect bosses, only regular mobs. This has given the Crusader kind of a bad reputation. People who wanted to play tanks, who made that class and then didn't have a taunt, spent a lot of time on social media talking about how much Crusaders suck. This could not be further from the truth. I really want to stress to you guys that not having a taunt does not make the Crusader inferior. And anyone who tells you different doesn't get how the game works. Crusaders are a hybrid of DPS and support, and are every bit as crucial and valuable to party success as any other class, even if those classes don't like it. That being said, playing a good Crusader is more challenging than playing a ranged class. The best way to level quickly in Bless Unleashed is to not skip anything. Do all of the campaign quests, all of the side quests, do the repeatable reputation quests, and if you see a regional, go do that too. If it's blue, green, gray, or brown on the map, go do it. For a detailed look at how quests work, click the link in the description below. Hidden around the world are secret merchants called Smugglers. The first person to find one when it spawns gets access to extra keys to open dungeon chests, and a few other valuable items. How smugglers work and where to find them is detailed in my Smugglers Guide. The same goes for ancient chests. There are hundreds of locations where ancient chests may spawn. These are different from bag piece chests and contain items of a much higher value, like this Duskmane mount for example, and also dyes and rare crafting recipes. Not all of these locations are public knowledge, but with a lot of research and a ton of help, I was able to make some guides to help you find them. Check out my video on 61 confirmed ancient chest locations so you can start your hunt. Ancient chest contents are a good way to make starseeds beyond your daily seed exchanges. Speaking of daily seeds, at low to mid-level, seed alts are a great way to earn more seeds. Check out my guide on those to avoid being broke all the time. One of the biggest milestones in Bless Unleashed is your fight against Gideon. He's become a lot easier since launch, but if you're having difficulties, you can look up tactics for him and other encounters like field bosses and dungeons in my Bless Unleashed Tactics playlist. While doing the campaign quest in the Null Wastes, you'll get your first introduction to Unions. Unions are a kind of NPC guild you can join to support your style of play. The Sentinels greatly support PvE combat and exploration, while the Artisans Union is great for crafting and trade skills. The Court of the Ravens is a great fit if PvP is more your thing. Click the link in the description below to get a detailed guide on unions, how they work, and how they benefit you. After you beat Gideon, you'll receive your estate. An estate is a kind of player housing, but it's more about resource production than it is about decorating. You build resource production facilities like a mine, orchard, blacksmith, etc., and hire employees to work them. If you want to know more, click the link in the description below. Once you have your estate, you can begin to tame and catch animals out in the world. Tamed animals can be processed on your estate to become either more resources or mounts to add to your stable. Here's a guide on how taming works. In addition to normal tames, there are a series of rare, tameable spawns scattered around the world, just like ancient chests and smugglers. Those are a must if you plan on completing your mount collection. The guide to these isn't mine, but if you check the description below this video, you'll find the link to Queen of Taming's guide on rare tames on pyreborn.com. I highly recommend it. And for you PvP enthusiasts, I've got a couple of pieces on Bless Unleashed PvP, but I recommend starting with my beginner's guide to Bless Unleashed PvP. Bless Unleashed has open world PvP as well as some instant team battle arenas and battlefields. When looking at the map, you may notice tree-shaped icons. Those are Crusades, which are a type of regional quest, which are also part world event and are intended to be done in groups at certain times. A subtype of Crusade are Invasions, which must first be triggered by player action and give higher rewards, including essences you need to unlock the Stormchaser blessing. Invasions used to be a great source of XP, but that's been greatly reduced to prevent power leveling. But aside from that one point, my Invasions guide is still a good source of information on those and will tell you where to find the invasion triggering altars and what must be done to get those started. Another big part of the game is making a build for your character to maximize your stats and efficiency. To make a working build, you need to know what roles accessories and runes play. I get into that in great detail in my How to Make a Build guide card. Another essential bit of information is Failstacking. Enhancement in Bless Unleashed is needed to upgrade your gear and increase your gear score, which is way more important than your character level. To make enhancement bearable and progression achievable, starting at the time at which your gear hits legendary rank. Failstacking is a must, and here's a guide on how that's done properly. Shout out to the Xbox Vizera Guild Moda, my peeps, for being a huge help with this one. In addition to guides and tip videos, my channel also has a series of opinion and suggestion videos. I worked as a software engineer and game designer for over 10 years, and sometimes I put my dev hat on to analyze and make thought pieces about game mechanics and lore. I also have a series of Bless Unleashed and other games' musical video parodies. So, whether you're new to the game or a vet, I encourage you to browse my channel for stuff that may help your gameplay or just entertain you. And maybe I'll see you guys in my comment section and live streams on Twitch, possibly even in-game. You'll find links to all of my platforms in the description below this video. If this was helpful, please remember to like and subscribe, and the very best way you can support me and my content is to share my videos with people you think might also benefit from them or enjoy them. Now go be freaking heroes. Minion out.